All right, let's make a start. My name is Akin Oladeji, and I'm the founder of Learn with Pride, and I'm also a facilitator as well. I facilitate software automation testing as well. Over the years, the company has been existing for over 2 years now, and what we major at is providing a practical trainings for people that wants to transition from whatever background you are coming from. You want to transition into IT. We help in the process. We support, and at the end, so we train not to pass a certification exam. No, this is a wrong platform if you are looking to pass whether a certification exam in business analysis, project management, software testing. No, because we don't focus on that. Instead, we focus on the practicality of it, what you'll be doing at work. And the idea is at the end of the training, at the end of the practical training, you should be in a good position to start competing with those who has been doing it for 3, 4, 5 years in the industry. That is the aim. And I do know this is a very good time for people to actually do a transition into IT. After COVID, everything has gone crazy in the world of IT. You see recruiters, foreign recruiters recruiting from any part of the world, whether you are in Nigeria, you are in Uganda, Ghana, Australia, you can be recruited by a foreign company, even without you leaving your home country. This is the opportunity that the world of IT, COVID, remote working has created now. And we are all trying to tap into that. Many people have already tapped into it. You see people living in Nigeria working for foreign companies, and they are getting good pay. So why can't we as well tap into that industry? And the jobs are out there, but you need to position yourself well before you can get before such opportunity can come your way. I myself, I know when it comes to change, it's a big deal when it comes to change. Many people are scared about change. Oh, I need to leave my previous work. I don't know what I'm going to face in my new role. But that is what we are here for, to support, and you have someone to work hands in hands with to achieve that goal. I myself am a testimony, and I do tell my students, if we are not talking, please, can we mute our mic so we can have a clear recording, please?
Are you coming back? Are you still there?
All right, so I myself I'm a testament to the process as well. I came from an accounting background, and I needed a change back then as well. I did similar course. Even back then, there wasn't any support, or I did 90% by myself. I transitioned from accounting to technical IT. So if I can do it, I do tell my student, anybody with determination can achieve anything. You can do anything. And I've successfully over the years trained people from non-technical background as well to a technical background. So trainings like business analyst and project management shouldn't be a problem because you have the support as well. So today we'll be looking at why business analyst. I'll be introducing you to the facilitator as well, who has got many years in the industry. Who will be facilitating the training as well. And probably at the end of the session as well, I'll call on probably one or two of the previous students just to give an account of their journey, how the training has benefited them in one way or the other. So I'll be calling on them later on in the course. But at the moment, let's quickly go through the slide I have before I call on the facilitator. So about business analysis, many people, as you all know, is a professional discipline of identifying business needs and determining solutions to business problems. And as I said, many industry now are in need of a business analyst. both home and away, especially away, foreign companies. But how can you tap into this industry is by two things. You need to have the know-how, the knowledge.
What are you?
You need the knowledge for you to be able to tap into this. Not only the knowledge, let's say you even pass through all the practicality of the trainings. Your CV, your presence in the market has to be worked on as well for you to be seen. If you have all the knowledge in this world, but you are not seen, then the job won't come your way. But we are going to talk about all this as we go on as well. Phases of business analysis, these are things that probably the facilitator will still talk about when I call up on him. So benefit of business analysis in an organization, as we all know, it increases the ROI, return on investment, you decrease costs, higher success rate, effective team collaboration, solve business problems, increase sales, and all of that. These are all the things that we know. But what I'm particular about is this next slide. What is an average salary? Why do you choose business analyst over any other courses? Number one, for those who want to not only transition career-wise, but you want to move locations as well. Probably want to move from Nigeria to the UK, you want to move from Ghana to the UK. This is one of the courses that are in shortage of skilled workers in the UK. So meaning you can get sponsorship for a visa if you happen to get a company who is in need of your service. This is one of the job that can give you that sponsorship. But as I said earlier on as well, even if you are not looking for sponsorship, you can still be in your home country, but you need to position yourself. You can still be employed in your home country by foreign companies, and you'll be getting good monies. What is an average salary of a business analyst? Permanent wise, we are looking at about 50,000 per annum. If you are going for a contract, we are looking at average of 450 per day. Later on in the slide, I'm going to show you some of the screenshots of the job that was posted probably yesterday or thereabout, and you'll see how much the roles are going for. The jobs are out there, but have you got the necessary skills, knowledge, know how to get such roles? That is the question. And as you can see on the slide as well, visa sponsorship, I just mentioned that as well. It's part of the shortage of skilled worker in the UK, meaning you can get sponsorship if you happen to find such companies that are looking for, that are ready to do that. Again, why do you need to transition into a business analyst career? You can work since after COVID. COVID has brought its own advantages and disadvantages as well. But some of the advantages that COVID has been is the ability for you to be able to work remotely. Many companies now, I can say probably 60-70%, you can get a role that you work remotely, that you don't need to visit the office. Even some of the ones mandatory now is now hybrid. You can't get Monday to Friday kind of role going to office in the world of IT again, especially probably in the UK. The worst case scenario, it will be hybrid, probably work from home 3 days, come to work 2 days. But that being said, you can still get a fully remote work. And that is why those that works in Nigeria, home base, or recruited from a foreign company, they are working remotely. When companies sees that, you can still deliver productivity, everything can still be increased while working from home. Why not? Nobody wants to pay for office space again. If you are working from home, you are using your electricity, you are using whatever, it's not on the companies. So most of them are tapping into that. And that is why you get more remote working. And this is the best time for you to tap into the industry, as I said earlier on. All right, so the training roadmap, what is about, as in how we operate, is you go through the training. The training is for 3 months, 12 weeks. It's going to be practical hands-on job training. And after that as well, you'll be able to work on a project as well, right? But those two are not the only thing that will get you to where you are going, but they are the key factor. You have the knowledge now because you've gone through the training. You have the practical knowledge as well because you've gone through the project and all of that. You know how everything works. But the most important now is positioning yourself for you to be seen, for you to be recognized, for you to receive that phone calls. How do you do that? You need to optimize your brand. When you're talking about optimization of brand, we are talking about like LinkedIn, your LinkedIn presence. We are talking about your CV. We are talking about total rebranding. So after that as well, now that you've ticked the box 1, box 2, and box 3, you've gone through the training, you've gone through the practical training, you've gone through the project, you've optimized your brand, you've gone through the rebranding process. And with this, we partner with one of the best in the industry as well, who focus on transforming, rebranding when it comes to LinkedIn optimization, CV, total CV repackaging, and all of that we can introduce you to, and you can work with the person as well. So after the first 3 has been ticked, then you can now start applying for jobs. Even if the 3 has been done successfully, you don't even need to start applying manually for jobs yourself. Agencies will call you, companies will call you because you've positioned yourself well. They can see you, they can see your LinkedIn, they can see your CV online. You make it searchable that anybody can see. You'll be shocked how many messages you receive in your LinkedIn account per day. You'll be shocked how many phone calls you receive as well. Then when you apply for the jobs and you are shortlisted, then preparation for the interview. I think this is explained. So training, as I said, the training is for 3 months, practical training. And the facilitator has been working in the industry for so many years. So is the best person that can take you on the journey. You're going to hear from him later on as well. After the training, as I mentioned, is the project. You'll be working on a project just to give you just to practicalize what you've learned as well. As I said earlier on at the beginning of this session, we don't train to pass certification, right? Because certification alone cannot get you the job. You need the hands-on practical experience to get the job. So we don't focus on passing certification. That can come later on. But we focus on you putting your first step forward, getting the role, getting the job, and every other thing can follow after that. It's been working for us for over 2 years now. So, and I believe this is not going to be an exception. I've talked about optimization of brand as well, making yourself known. CV wise, if you know your CV has to go through a total rebranding, then let it go through a total rebranding. But we do CV review. If you have a CV already, and we can review it for you to say that, okay, yes, it's fit for purpose, you can use it, it's good enough. But if not, you can get your CV transformed as well. You can get your LinkedIn optimization from the very scratch. You can get everything done for you when you work with a partner. Apply for jobs, as I said earlier on, after the first 3 bits has been ticked, the training, the project, the optimization, then you stand a good chance of receiving calls. Companies will call you. They will drop you messages on LinkedIn, on whatever platform you've dropped your CV that, oh, we saw your CV, because your CV is that interesting to them. You've got what they want on your CV and they want to speak to you. But if you have the knowledge, but the CV is not good enough, the presence is not good enough, you'll be wondering, I have the knowledge now, I know what I'm doing, but I'm not getting calls. That happens to majority of people. You just have to rebrand everything. Preparation for interview as well. We help to prepare for interviews. If you have any interviews coming, we can do the prepping together and all of that, just to put you in a better position to attack. And as I said, at the end of the course, you'll stand a better chance. You'll be in a good position to start applying for jobs. You'll be in a good position to start competing with those who has been doing it for 2, 3, 4, 5 years in the market. People ask me, how possible is this? Is this really possible? You're competing with, you just finished a 2 or 3 months training and you want to start competing with people. It is possible. Everything is possible. I'm a testament, as I said, as I told you. I've gone through the same process. After 2 weeks of me completing my own training back then, I got my very first role. But this doesn't come, everything that is good doesn't come easy. This will come with your hard work. And to top it off, it's God favor with everything that we do. So with God favor and hard work, everything is possible. So you're completing a 3-month course. Yes, you can compete effectively with people who has been doing it for 2, 3, 4, 5 years in the market. All right, let's go on. So this is another interesting beat now. As you can see, this is not made up by me. This is from JobServe, as at this yesterday or thereabout. You can see this is a permanent role offering 75K to 90K. That is a lot of money. You can see the second one offering 80K to 100K. You'll be asking yourself, can I actually get this one? This is fake. You can get it with the right knowledge. You can get such roles. With the right skills, you can get such roles. Can we mute our mic, please, if you are not talking, please? You can see this is another slide. This is a contract role now. The first one is the contract role. How much is it paying? It's paying from 650 per day to 725 per day. Someone can do a quick calculation and 650 times 5 times 30 days. See how much it gives you. That is you're talking about getting like 13K or 14K per month. This is possible with the right skills, the right knowledge, and the right support. This is possible. This is not made up. People are getting this. Some people that you see are riding good cars, you think they are Yahoo guys. Not all of them are Yahoo guys. Some of them are actually getting a good pay per day. If you are getting 13K or 14K per month, why won't you be able to ride a good car? And they are young people as well. All right, so I think that is all from me. I think the last slide is a discount. Before I pass it over to the facilitator to talk. So if you are subscribing today and you're making a full payment today, that will be a 10% discount. If you are paying half today, that will be a 5% discount. And the slide or the payment, the bank details are on the screen where to make the payment if you want to, or you can message me on WhatsApp if you have any question, concern, query, or anything you want to talk about. You can message me on WhatsApp as well. So on this note, I'm going to call on Genesis, who is the facilitator for the business analyst, to take it from here. Genesis, you can unmute. I'm going to stop sharing now for a second.
Okay. Hi, Akin. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, guys. Akin has really spent a lot of time talking us through the opportunities, the world of opportunities that exist in business analysis. So I'll basically not spend my time going through that for the sake of respecting the time of everyone present here today. So I'll just go straight, short, simple, straightforward to give us a sneak peek into what business analysis is. Just confirm when you can see my screen so that I can commence. Just
Yes,
also to take a quick understanding of the audience. I'd like to know if anyone within the audience have an idea of business analysis, or have heard of business analysis, or if you're going to do some bit of research or question asking of what business analysis is, simply just send a hi on the chat to just confirm that you have some sort of idea of what business analysis is, or you've heard about the career, or you know someone who is a business analyst. So just send a hi to the chat. It's a way for us to also engage, get to know the level of understanding of everyone within of the audience in this call. So just send a chat, say hi, yes, I know business analysis, or I've heard of it, or I've researched about it. And in a scale of 1 to 100, just tell me your passion about business analysis before we start this short session. So thank you. While that is going on, so I'll just put my screen on the presentation mode. I'd like to get a confirmation if you can see my presentation so we can start.
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you. Great. So today, just to look at a sneak peek, right, at what business analysis is. You've been hearing business analysis. Myself, I started like each and every one of you, but I will introduce myself later in the course of this session. So today we're looking at what business analysis is. Why do companies need business analysts? So yes, there's business analysis. Why do companies need to pay a huge sum of money to have a dedicated business analyst? What's business analysis and what are the misjudgments in business analysis or with business analysts? So as business analysts, what do we do on a day-to-day basis? What are expected of us by an organization? Can we please mute our mic if we are not answering or talking? So what business analysts do, and what are some of the major misunderstanding or misjudgments that we business analysts have to deal with in our career? People say business analyst is the same as business development. People talk about business analytics. So I'll just spend a minute or two to give a clarification on what these different career paths are, then how to become a business analyst and the benefits of being a business analyst. You might be wondering, how do I become a business analyst? I have a finance background, I have a medical background, I have a teaching background, or I have an accounting background, or I'm just coming out of school. I studied nursing, or I studied fine art, or I studied literature. How do I actually start my career in business analysis? So all of these are things we'll be looking at in the course of the training today. So, but before we start, just a quick introduction of myself. I'm Genesis Semenyoku. I'm a CPAB certified senior business analyst. CPAB is a certified business analysis professional. Feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn, on Instagram. For places that I've worked, currently I work with Rover. Rover is a digital bank that is in the UK. I work there as a technical product owner and also a business analyst. Currently, I'm a board member of the IIBA. IIBA is International Institute of Business Analysis. So it's the international certifying body of business analysis worldwide. So I'm currently a board member of the IIBA Nigerian chapter. I live in Nigeria, by the way, so I'm a board member of the Nigerian chapter. Some of the places I've also worked in the past is Venture Garden Group. I've worked in Venture Garden Group. I've worked with Vertebra Limited. I've worked with Lafarge. I believe Lafarge will be much more popular to us than the previous two that I've mentioned. I've worked with FinTrack. I've worked with digital bananas technology, all of these positions as a business analyst. And I've also worked with education as a vaccine. That education as a vaccine is not an IT company, neither is it an IT consulting company, but is a not-for-profit. So it shows you that as a business analyst, irrespective of the industry, of the organization, there is relevance and there is importance that you can play within that organization. So let's go straight into the session of today by asking ourselves, what is business analysis? That is the million-dollar question we are here to answer today. Business analysis is a practice of enabling change within an organization, within a company, within a business. And how do we enable that change? How do we drive that change? By defining what is needed, the need. The need could be a problem that the company is facing. The need can also be an opportunity within the market that the company wants to leverage, the company wants to grab. So defining the need and then recommending solutions, coming up with solutions and options that could help solve that problem, solve that need, or leverage on that particular opportunity. And the key things about solutions and what distinguishes this business analyst from every other thing that other people that claim to be to do what business analysts do is that business analysts are more concerned about value to stakeholders. So no matter the solution you are recommending or we are recommending as business analysts, we are concerned about the value it gives to our stakeholders. Not just the value of that solution, but the value of that solution to the stakeholders. So that basically is what business analysis is all about. A profession where you find the joy and satisfaction of driving change, helping a company move from point A to point B, helping a company move from manual processes to automated processes, right? Different things, helping a company develop a business model that will help it to generate a lot of revenue, helping a company understand its market, helping a company query and justify its business ideas and business concepts, helping a company to understand various competitors within the market, helping a company build the products that customers love. So that is basically what we do in business analysis. And why do companies actually need business analysts? Why would they have to pay a huge sum of money, whether in naira or pounds or dollars or whatever currency? Why would they have to pay that sum of money to get a business analyst into their organization, into their businesses to help transform their business? Number one is because, as it stands, stakeholders are actually confused. What do I mean? So a stakeholder will come to tell you that we want to see how to increase our revenue by 50% in the next 2 years, right? Or your manager comes to tell you that, oh, we want to see how to reduce the waste in our recruiting processes or the waste in our staff policy, or want to see how to reduce the waste in our business processes. So the question is, how do they actually do that? What do they need? What do they currently have? And what will be required to do that? So most times stakeholders are actually confused. The stakeholders who know how to implement that solution don't really know how to communicate. The stakeholders who have that need don't really know how to communicate the need effectively to those who know how to implement. So let me use the word of IT, for instance, right? So Akin walks up to me. Let's say, for instance, I'm a developer and Akin walks up to me and tells me, at Genesis, I want to build an e-voting solution or an e-voting app where people can vote, right? All Akin knows is that I want to build an e-voting app. And my e-voting app should be able to allow people to vote from all around the world, should be able to allow people to see candidates and all of that. Akin gives me, Akin gives me, he tells me his need, the problem, and what he wants to solve, right? But as a developer, I don't know what's the key functionalities, right? I don't know the experience I should create for users of that e-voting app. So there's a confusion because Akin just wants an e-voting app, but me as a developer, I don't know what sort of experience to create. I don't know what sort of processes the user should actually follow that will be best for them. I don't know things about security, how to secure that solution. Please, I'm getting a lot of noise. I don't know, can we all mute our mic, or if you can force everyone to mute so that they will have to let you know before they unmute. So most times stakeholders find it difficult understanding each other. And for them to have that clarity to understand each other, that's where they need superheroes like business analysts. So business analysts are basically there to bridge the gap. First, to bridge the communication gap, to bridge the collaboration gap, to bridge the understanding gap. So business analysts basically are there to translate, to understand the requirements, which is the need of hacking, and document those needs, analyze those needs, translate them, and communicate them to me, who is a developer. So you're like the middleman between Akin and myself. So Akin being the business owner, being the manager, being the customer, right? Being the end user, being the person sponsoring the project, and me, myself, Genesis, being the software developer. So you are the middleman that will help to ensure that there's effective understanding between Akin and myself. So if I say I need an e-voting app that will help my users to vote effectively all around the world, you know how to communicate that to languages, to statements, to designs that I'm the developer will be able to understand. So business analysts within our organization basically bridge the gap. And that is why companies need business analysts, to help them bridge that communication gap between business idea and implementation, to help them drive that change, to help them bring an idea, a concept that someone like Steve Jobs would have. Steve Jobs have an idea to build an app that has one of the best user experience. They need business analysts to help bring that concept into reality for the developers to build. So what does business analysts do? What do we do on a day-to-day basis? Some of the things we do as business analysts is to understand the problems and the goals of the organization. We want to know what are the problems of the organization. And as I said, problems and needs, same thing with opportunities. And what are their goals? What they want to achieve? What are the key metrics company wants to achieve in the next 6 months, the next 1 year, in the next 6 years? So understanding the goals and organizational and problems of the organization. Another thing we do is to analyze the needs and also analyze the solution. So since these are the needs, we'll do an analysis. There are different tools and techniques whereby we can use to carry out our analysis. We have Ansoff metrics, we have busting box, we have the SWOT that we use to carry out analysis. We have the Kano model. So there are different tools. We have decision tree, so many things we use to analyze needs and also analyze the solutions. We carry out this analysis to help us come up with intelligence and understanding of what needs to be done. And then we help in devising strategy. I tell you, business analysts are the best strategists you have in the world, because business analysts knows all the tools and techniques that can help to bring up a strategy that an organization can use to scale, can use to improve its processes. Then business analysts also help in driving change. We don't just come up with a document for how the change should go. We are involved in implementing and driving that change. We see the change from beginning to the very end. And then business analysts also help in facilitating stakeholders' collaboration because of the confusion, right, and misunderstanding that exists between the stakeholders in an organization. Is our duty as business analysts to actually facilitate collaboration, effective collaboration between stakeholders. So what are some of the misjudgments of business analysis in line with some of the other career paths that has business attached to them, things like business analytics, things like business development? So business analysis basically focuses on understanding the need, functions, and processes I've mentioned. Business analysis rely on qualitative and quantitative data to make decisions. Business analysis involves use of several tools and techniques in solving a problem. If you go to BABOK is the business analysis body of knowledge, is a business analysis guide that has been developed by IIBA. So if you go there and you look at the techniques in business analysis, I bet you can count up to almost 80-something to 100 techniques that business analysts uses to solve problems. And you look at the different tools that are listed in BABOK, we have over 30 tools that business analysts have and they use to solving business problems for different organizations. For business analytics, that basically focuses on data and reporting to examine past business performance and also predicting future business performances. Business analytics rely on quantitative data. They don't focus their mind on qualitative data. They rely on quantitative data. Business analytics involves the use of analytical tools. The common ones are Excel, Power BI, Tableau, and what have you. Business analytics also require you to have knowledge of SQL. Knowledge of SQL is a must in business analytics, but for business analysis, it's not a must. Now, for business development, basically involves developing quotes and proposals for prospective clients, researching prospective accounts in target markets. That is why in some companies, business development officers are called account managers, right? Because they help to research prospective accounts in target markets. They help in pursuing leads and moving them through sales funnel. They also help in setting goals and developing business plans for business and revenue growth. So that basically is how business analysis differ, because I had to talk about this in the sense that when I started my journey as a business analyst, many people were confusing me to be a business development officer. Even when I went for an interview, they were asking me, what is the difference between your role and also that of a business development officer that we have? And I had to spend time lecturing and making this clarity and clarification to the recruiters who were interviewing me at that point in time. So that takes us to the next one, trying to understand how can I become a business analyst. It's not actually rocket science. I started just like you guys yesterday. I remember when I first heard about business analysis, I thought maybe I'll be doing marketing. And coming from an engineering background, so I had an engineering background in my first degree, I was very finical and very unsure about the fact of starting a career in business analysis. But I had to take that bold step, and I followed step-by-step gradual process. Just as Akin also mentioned, having a finance background, but now is in IT, you have to go through that process. So in life, there are processes and steps that have been set in place that when you follow them judiciously, and God be merciful and gracious to you, you get to find yourself excelling in that area. So the first thing you have to do is to grow the passion to solve problems, because business analysts solve problems, right? Once you have that passion to solve problems, you need that passion to solve problems in you, passion for that particular career, for business analysis. Once you're able to grow that passion, the next thing you need to do is now to get quality practical training. I realized the first thing I did then was to look out for organizations that train in business analysis. And not just about training in business analysis, because if you go online and you Google companies that train business analysis, you see hundreds of them popping out on the web. But those that will give you quality practical training, because they say you learn better by doing. You don't just learn, but you ensure you are doing what you're learning in the course of the training. So you get quality practical training. And that is the essence why we are here today, to talk about the training we'll be offering in business analysis. And it's not just training like people do 6 days training. We can just talk about grammars and try to enlighten and satisfy your enthusiasm and curiosity about business analysis. But we allow you to go through the mud. We allow you to do the work. So you get that quality practical training. You also gain hands-on experience, because the thing about business analysis and the thing about IT is about when you go for interview, they'll ask you, what have you done? What have you done rather? When you found yourself in this situation as a business analyst, what will you do? And you can't talk about what you will do or what you have done if you've not gotten the hands-on experience. So having a training provider that offers you quality hands-on experience is very key for you to kickstarting your career in business analysis. So gaining that hands-on experience is very, very key to starting your career as a business analyst. Another one is to get mentorship. The essence of mentorship cannot be overflowed, because it is very, very important for you. Instead of you starting a career and making mistakes that people have made before, why not hop on the back and jump on the back on someone that has actually made those mistakes and have overcome those mistakes to help guide you so you will make those similar mistakes that he has made or she has made when starting up in that career path. So mentorship is very key. You might not necessarily see mentorship. You might necessarily get a mentor as someone who can guide you, who can help shine the light for you and tell you the path to walk through, rather than someone who is so demanding to you, tell you, you must do this. If you don't do this, I'm going, I won't mentor you anymore. So get someone who understands your situation, someone who was where you are at the moment to help guide you through the path. And then finally, the last one is for you to now get a job and grow from there. Business analysis offers you the opportunity to grow in IT. As a business analyst, if you want to move into any other area or any other career in IT, is as simple and as easy as possible, right? If you want to become a product owner after doing business analysis or after starting a job as business analyst, that is fantastic. Whether you want to go into product management or software development, anything in IT becomes so easy for you because you've had that opportunity to come into the industry. You understand how to solve problems. And let me give you this secret. Recruiters or employers value technical employees that have prior knowledge of business analysis. Why? Because developers only have knowledge of how to code, right? They don't have knowledge about understanding the problem and analyzing the problem. All their own is just give me that documentation, I'll begin to write the code. Software testers, that is quality assurance, their own is just give me that requirement, I'll begin to test, and give me the solution, I'll begin to test. But if you're a business analyst and you understand business analysis and you've done business analysis, when you become a software developer or you choose to become a software developer, you are not just understanding how to implement, you know the source of the problem. So if while you are trying to implement, you are implementing based on the knowledge of the problem you have, based on the knowledge of doing analysis, understanding how the customer would want the solution to work. So getting a job in business analysis will help you to exponentially grow your career in IT in every area. And for business analysts as well, we are not just restricted to working in the IT field. You can work in any industry. In any industry. You see, when I was talking about myself, I talked about Lafarge. Lafarge is not an IT company. It's a building and construction company. You see me talking about education as a vaccine. It's not an IT company. It's an NGO. There are several companies that I didn't actually put. Currently, I'm a volunteer with another NGO, which is Health Emergency Initiative. That's an NGO, and I'm working there as an IT expert, mostly business analyst, helping them to improve their social intervention program processes. All of those things you can do as a business analyst, helping them to improve their budgeting and also helping them to improve so many things about the organization. So business analysis gives you the opportunity to grow exponentially in your career. It also offers you, just as Akin said, to work in any country, whether you are residing, whether you're a resident in that country or you are not resident in that country. Thankfully, that is the beauty of remote work, and that is one of the good things that the COVID pandemic gave to the world. So the last one, we'll be looking at the benefits of being a business analyst. What are the benefits of being a business analyst, right? What do I stand to gain? What do you stand to gain enrolling today, going through the training and getting a job as a business analyst? What do you stand to gain of all your sleepless nights in ensuring that you can complete all of your project tasks in the course of the training and all of that? So what are the benefits of being a business analyst? Number one is that being a business analyst offers you the opportunity to have one title, which is a business analyst, but many professional hats. What do I mean? There are many different titles that fall under the business analyst role umbrella, and each specializes in different areas. Some business analyst roles are very technical in nature, while others strictly focus on business side. Some are focused heavily on defining and adjusting process flows, while others are designing technical solutions in some business needs. So irrespective of the organization you find yourself, and you call yourself a business analyst or you're working as a business analyst, you can find yourself doing several things. like I am today in my place of work. One day I'm doing market analysis. The other day I'm writing requirements on Jira. The other day I'm trying to understand API to document for software developers. So you find yourself doing different things. The other day I found myself working on business model and revenue model for the products. So you have one title, but many professional hats. Another benefit is that the job market is actually exploding, just as Akin mentioned earlier on. You can be in Nigeria and be working with company in UK. I'm a living example. The company I work with is in UK, but I'm resident in Nigeria. I have friends and colleagues that are in Nigeria working in UX, working in Canada, or they're in Canada working with companies in US, working with companies in UK. So location or geography is not a barrier in business analysis. It actually gives you the opportunity to work remotely, work with various organizations, whether it's a startup or a multi-million-dollar organization, or is a large enterprise, or is a medium enterprise. It gives you the opportunity to work in those organizations. Also, you have the opportunity of a great pay, right? I can spend time to show you some of the screenshots and also some of the job ads from JobServe. So I don't need to start talking about the financial benefits you stand to gain being a business analyst. Another one is the independence and the flexibility you get as a career person in business analysis. Unlike some other career paths, software development, your job is just to code. That is what your job is, writing code. If you learn Java, or you learn C# or you learn Python, or you learn any of the programming language, from morning to night, all you do is to write code. But for the business analyst, that is not how it's done. So your job is actually flexible in a sense that you can do so many things. You don't have a tight fit routine or stereotyped routine whereby you make up in the morning, all you do is to write code. Tomorrow you wake up, you have to write code. The next tomorrow you wake up, you have to write code. But for business analysts, the great news for business analysts is that since our work involves working with the levels of management and with no set in stone repeatable process, they need to be given the trust and flexibility to accomplish their tasks independently. And this allows business analysts greater freedom and creativity to meet and exceed their customers' expectation. So your work is not set in stone that every day you have to be eliciting requirement. No. Today you can elicit requirements. Tomorrow you document your requirement. Next tomorrow you analyze your requirements. The other day you are having workshop with developers. The other day you are speaking with management. Another day you are doing research. So you have flexibility. It's so challenging, and it makes you being so independent of or being micromanaged by your managers or by your superiors. So it offers you independence and flexibility to work effectively. It helps to spark up that creativity in you, right? You spend time, you are thinking, you are ruminating on best ways to help the company solve that problem. Then it's never a dull moment in business analysis. And I must tell you so. That is why people have had the privilege to move to different things that are not business analysis. But I realize that moving toward most careers that we have today, you end up doing repetitive work and it becomes so dull and boring. But in business analysis, it's never a dull moment because you are engaged in a wide variety of things. As problems comes, each problem and project and initiative have its own ways to be solved. So the way you solved problem A would most likely not be the way you solve problem B. You have to look at other approaches, and that makes it so exciting and challenging. And finally, it helps you to utilize your past experience and knowledge. What do I mean? So whether you are coming from a medical background, that's knowledge you've gained in medical background, or you've gained in your first degree in medicine, that knowledge will help you to excel in business analysis. Because in business analysis, you are doing with industries and domains. Whether you're coming from a financial background, that knowledge will help you. Even if you don't even have any job and you're coming from as a fresh graduate, the knowledge you've gained solving problems, mathematical functions, or solving problems in school, going through school, those knowledge will help you in one way or the other in business analysis, because you need to put on your thinking cap, and thinking cap from different industry or different background will help to scale and improve and help you perform better as a business analyst. So that brings us to the end of just the sneak peek today. There are so many things we are going to learn in the course of the session, in the course of the training. All I need you to just come on board and let's work together. My passion when I started business analysis is that I want to be a business analyst who reproduce. So reproducing better business analysts than myself, because I've been through it. I've had all these years, over 6 years of experience in business analysis. So I know where the mistakes, the pitfalls, I know things to avoid, I know how to start very well. And I know how to actually help handhold you through the process of business analysis. So I'll be waiting for you in class, and I'll be very, very passionate to have each and every one of you in class. So that brings me to the end of the slide. Over to you, Akin. Thank you so much for your audience.
Yeah, thank you, Genesis. If you got any question, you can start dropping them on the chat, or you might as well wait to the end if you want to unmute and ask any question you have to ask. But now let me just call on one or two who has gone through the process and who has come out on the other side, their experience, just to listen to what their experience is and learn from it as well. So the first person I'll call on is Frederick. Frederick, are you there? If you're there, unmute yourself, please, and talk.
Yeah, hello guys. My name is Frederick. The first time which I got onto this program has been an exciting journey. One of the main things I'll first explain to you guys actually how I got to. I'll first give an applaud first to Mr. Akin for actually introducing us to this platform, which actually we can get to learn, not just learning a business analyst, but learning other software development fields. You know, like when I got into the project, my sister was actually working with Mr. Akin. At that point, she told me there was this exciting opportunity which actually showed up, and Mr. Akin was actually doing all this training in software automation. At that point, I was about to do software automation, but I had done the manual part, but I was looking for where I would do a software automation. And then Mr. Akin was the person that actually I chose to actually get on board to actually do this journey with. Ever since then, I did not regret it, because Mr. Akin actually took us through the whole journey, and the practical phase, or the project, the life projects, which actually we did, is one thing which helped me through my job search. I was actually, like we say, when you start doing something, I believe you need to have faith. You need to have confidence in what you're supposed to do. And when you're actually doing something which you've seen results, you know people in front of you who've actually achieved, gone through the same process which you've gone through, and they've succeeded in what they've done, it just motivates you. And that's actually the way I felt when I began this. When I started, there was the live projects which actually walked me through, especially because sometimes it was all about me being afraid, going for interviews. I did the project, I did the whole course, but I was kind of scared not to take interviews anyway, because I was thinking that maybe there was more to it which I needed to know, but not knowing that I already had a lot in my belt already through what we had already done with Mr. Akin. So I remember, I think we finished my project, I think that was in July. Just telling you a little bit about how I started the process. And I think it's a process which we must go through that process to be able to come out successful on the other side. When I started, I think that was in July, and then I finally completed the project. It took me till about December to decide to be like, okay, I wanted to start applying. When I applied for 5 roles, software automations in the UK, because that's where I live. I was unsuccessful for 3. I succeeded in 2. The other 2, the guys were actually chasing me like crazy. I remember the day when actually I went to the first stage of the interview. Everything was so positive. Went through the second stage, positive. I called Mr. Akin. I said, Mr. Akin, God is smiling. I think it's about to happen. And then I called him. I think the next day I told him, okay, because actually within the whole process of the interview, it was like 3 stages of interview, which I had to go through. So after the first stage of the interview, I went through the second stage, of which the second stage you had to go through a small task which will give you to do it, like to automate them. And one thing which I love about this project, you know, or maybe going through this program with Mr. Akin is going through the live sessions and all these projects, which is kind of live. And actually they take you through all the interview process as well, right till the end. So within those tasks which I had, I was able to come back to Mr. Akin still within the interview process, and he was able to help me and guide me so we can be able to do those processes, or maybe do that task, submitting that task still within the whole process, you know, of my interview. Yeah, I feel like Mr. Akin, they did not let me down. And at the end of it, I called him, I think that was after 3 days. I'm like, Mr. Akin, I had the job. And that was actually working for a finance company, a car finance company here in Manchester. I think the pandemic, like everyone keeps saying, actually gives us that that flexibility to actually be able to work, you know, remotely, which is one of the things which I think we all want now. Nobody, especially with the price of fuel and everything, which is all going up mad. And I think companies are actually realizing that actually going remote is actually saving the money as well. So that was actually the roles which I was looking for. So when I got that job, I called Mr. Akin. Mr. Akin, he has never been so happy for me, or no one has been happy for me having a job. We discussed about my job and the pay salary, which was enormous. You know, Mr. Akin told me, that is like working for band 7. I cannot forget those words. It's like working for band 7 nursing, you know, like a nursing job for working. That meaning you must have worked in the NHS for donkey years before you be earning the kind of money which I suddenly made after doing a course here, you know, software test automation job. And after that, I was running. It was like a marathon, because within the same process, when I was doing the same interview for my company, car finance company here in Manchester, there was another company as well that was behind me. The good thing about that one, the company was kind of remote. I'm in the UK, but the company is in the Isle of Man. That's a small it's a small island away from Manchester. That's a little bit out of Liverpool, so it's kind of like not in the UK. So I called Mr. Akin. I told him this company actually is offering me remote working. So I'm fully remote, you know, so there is no need to go to the office. And there were lots of perks which actually came with that company. So it's a company which actually they offer software as a service, you know, to the application. So most of our clients is actually mobile phone companies. So one of the big ones which actually we deal with is actually Vodafone UK, Vodafone Hungary, Vodafone Spain, and all that we do is we produce applications. So we've actually built a software for insurance policies that actually we deploy to these companies that actually serve their clients with. So all that we do is we help the company to be able to maintain that software for them. So it's been an exciting journey. So by the time which I was going on with that interview, after a couple of days, I called Mr. Akin again. I was laughing on the phone, and I could recall him being like, "Tell me the good news." I said, "Mr. Akin, I've had a second job." That's all within the space of, let's say, within a week, I had 2 jobs. So I've never been so grateful. The process which I've gone through, and the success which it turned out for me and my family, and knowing that actually God has been behind everything which I've done, the motivation which I had, getting into software automation. My sister's in software automation. The whole family is in IT. Having that passion and knowing that is something which I can do, because I do not as well come from a background in IT. My studies has been in philosophy and arts. So we can all see that transition, that if it's something which I can do it, I always say to like any other person can do it. There are a couple of friends that I've sent to come and do the same program, because there's one thing which I know and which I keep saying, that we want to study or want to go through a certain process, that you know that you have seen people coming out from that process with success. that gives you guarantee, or that gives you that confidence of knowing that actually it's all about you putting yourself forward and being you have to put in some work as well in order to be able to succeed. So that's my story, and I'll continue to be grateful to Mr. Akin. I'll continue to be grateful to this process which actually has before all of us, and I wish that all of us can be able to take that opportunity, continue to learn, and we've got knowledgeable people in all of this process which actually they can be able to move us further to be able to come out from the other side as well in a couple of weeks, you know, smiling and knowing that actually we've achieved maybe what we wanted to achieve. Yeah, I think that'll be it. Yeah, thank you very much, guys.
Yeah, thank you, Frederick. Let me quickly call on the second person quickly. Bowie, can you unmute and talk quickly?
Good afternoon, all. Yeah, I think Mr. Frederick has said it all. But what I'll talk about is the support I got from Learn with Pride. Having the right support, it really goes a long way, trust me. I think my journey was a bit challenging. After the training, I got a role. But then due to some office politics and, things like that, I didn't pass probation. And I remember calling Mr. Akin that day that it happened. And he really encouraged me not to give up. And I should immediately update my CV and get it back out there and start looking. I mean, there's no time to waste. Learn with Pride was there for me every step of the way. To cut the long story short, and I have three technical IT roles that I'm currently doing at the same time. And that's all down to the training and support that I got from Learn with Pride. So yeah, do the training, do the work. You have the right support here, and you would definitely go a long way. So thank you, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks, Bowie. Because of our time, I think I'll restrict it to those two. But what we can learn from those two is, as long as you don't give up, you surely get a role. Someone that didn't pass probation the first time, now managing 3 remote jobs at the moment. If he has given up, then the 3 jobs that he's managing now won't come his way. I still ask him how he does it anyway. But that is the benefit. That is what you can get out of it. You have people to hold you and hold you by the hand, walk the walk with you, and come out on the other side. As long as you are determined enough to accept that change, as long as you are determined enough to go through the process, then with God's favor, with our hard work, surely we surely have a testimony to give as well. That will be all from me. I don't know whether anybody has got any question. You can unmute if you have any question to ask me. The actual training starts on the 10th of July. And that is when it is starting. And as I made mention, or it's on your screen right now, if you subscribe today, that'll be 10% for the full amount or 5% for the half payment. So any question, please unmute your mic and talk to me. I'll try my best to answer.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Aki, and thanks to the two guys who shared. My question is on the live projects. So when you say live projects, are these like current demands from companies, or their projects that have kind of been drawn to help the learning? That's my first question. Then the second question will be, you've just said the program starts on the 10th of July. What form does it take? Like what days of the week and the time? Thank you.
All right, sorry. The 10th of July, I believe that's a Sunday, right? Yeah, that's a Sunday. So the training will be on a Sunday, every Sunday for the next 3 months. So it will be on a Sundays. As per the live projects, yes, the training itself, it's a practical training. But aside the practicality of the training, you'll be exposed to a live project. A live project is a live project. There's no playing around with it or mimicking a live situation. No, a live project is a live project. Just for you to get your hands dirty, that is it. I hope I've been able to answer that. Any other question? We can unmute and ask a question.
Okay, please just a writer. You answered the question, but how many hours on Sunday? And like, do you have the time for planning purposes?
It's 2 hours. Genesis, if I'm right, that would be 1 to 3 as well, right? If it's still on the line.
Yes, 1 to 3. But sorry, he's on Saturday, not Sunday.
Is it Saturdays? So that would be on the that would be night of
on
July.
Saturdays.
Night of July, sorry, apologies. Night of July, 1 to 3. So that would be a 2-hour session. Any other question, please?
So that's 2 hours. Sorry, good afternoon. Sorry.
Good afternoon.
That's 2 hours every Saturdays, not Sundays.
Yeah, 2 hours every Saturdays, yes.
Oh my. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions from anyone? We can unmute and ask the question. This is an avenue to ask the questions before we call it a day.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hello.
What happens in the event that someone misses a class? Will there be a recording of the class?
Yes, all the sessions will be recorded.
All right, thank you.
All right. Bams, you can unmute and talk.
What time is it? Actual training starting?
Bams, you raise your hand, you can unmute and talk.
Okay, Bam just put something in the chat around being at work and can't talk. But the question was, is it a personalized training?
I don't quite get that. Personalized training in what aspect? I'm trying to understand the question before. Do we learn via? No, you don't learn via YouTube. It's a live session with the facilitators whereby you can ask questions as the session is going on, although it will be recorded as well. But it's not a YouTube. You're not just facing a computer and start watching videos. No. It's a live session with the facilitators whereby you can ask questions as you go along. And at the same time, at the end of the training, you'll be provided with the recording.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, please, from what I saw here, like 10% discount for payment, full payment, and 5% half payment today. Is there? You mentioned that there will be hands-on training if I got that. So, is there going to be any other, fee apart from that? Like
any other fee? No. There's no other fee. That is all.
That's all.
Yeah,
like,
there's no other fee.
There wouldn't be any need to buy stuff and
No.
documents.
All the money you need to pay is on the screen. No, there's no hidden fee.
Okay, and so there will also be maybe after the training, the link ups, connections, referrals and stuff like that. Just is there any
we do our best because it is not only about you taking the training. I don't just want to collect your money for the sake of collecting it. Your success is my success, right? If you're able to secure a role, if you're able to secure a role at the end of the day, surely someone will ask you, how did you do it? And surely you're going to say that this is where I did it. So that is what, that has been the motto. That's what it's. So it's not about just collecting the money. It's about making sure in our capacity we do what we can to support, and at the end of the day secure a role, because your success, as I said, is our success.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So will the project be in, are we going to be put in groups for the project or individually? You'll be put in groups, most likely for the project. But there are still some that you have to do probably individually as well. Any other question?
How long would
Olushola?
how long would the life project take?
It all depends. It's something that can be run concurrently as the training is going. So for some, it might be a 3 months journey for both. For some, it might be a 4 months. For some, it might be a 5 months.
Okay, why does it differ for each person?
It all depends on when it kicks off. So if the project kicks off a month after the training has commenced, then that will be a 3 months journey, right? Because as you're doing the practicals, you're doing the project as well at the same time, right? Concurrently at the same time. So that will be a 3 month journey. But for whatever reason, if it didn't start after like 4 weeks, then that will increase the time of completion as well. So for example, if it starts like after 8 weeks, that means it will be extended to like 4 months. So that is why. So it doesn't differ from person to person. It just depends on when it actually starts, the project actually kick off. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to pronounce his name correctly. Mari, can you talk now? You raise your hand.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
My question is a very quick one. Apart from the fees for this training, what other requirements do we need?
You say apart from the fee?
Yeah, apart from the fee for the training, what other thing are we going to need? Like what other requirements, basic requirements, like for example, a laptop, what other technical?
Oh, surely the most important is your laptop that you're going to need. Without, it's like you going to a farm without a cutlass and an hoe, right? So our cutlass and hoe for this will be the laptop, and the tools that will be decided by the facilitator. But I'm sure the tooling, most especially, will be going for an open source, which should be free or not too much to purchase.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
If the timeline is short, you know that you
Do you suggest any certification for someone who wants to be a BA? Yes, there are, what is it called? I don't, there are professional certifications, foundation professionals for a BA as well. But as I said, only certifications, you can have thousands of certificates, right? That doesn't guarantee you get the job. Right? So it's not only about certifications. Certifications you can read, it's easy to pass, I tell you. You can read for it and pass it. And you can add that to your profile, right? But we need more than the certificate to actually secure a role. Yes, you said, can roles be secured outside of UK? Yes, that is the benefit of, one of the benefits that COVID brings. And as you said, and as you've heard from Genesis as well, who will be the facilitator, he lives in Nigeria but works with a foreign company in the UK. So it is possible. Apart from that, it is IT business analyst is one of the shortage of skilled worker in the UK. So you can be fortunate to get a company who will apply for a visa for you as well. But even if you want to erase that, if you want to erase that aspect, yes, you can be resident of Nigeria or any country and you get a foreign companies, employed by foreign companies. So yes, you can get that. And even if you live in the UK, you can get roles elsewhere. You can get roles in the US, you can get roles in Canada. All depends on what you want. Is the pay enough for you to take a role in US? Or is the pay enough for you to take the role in Canada? It all depends on what you want. But yes, you can get roles anywhere you want to.
Yeah, I think I can attest to that. On my team, most of the testers, they all live in India. They're working for the company here in UK. So yeah, it's very possible.
Yeah. So does this training come with a certificate? Is the training enough to land a job, or we won't eventually need a certificate? The training comes with a certificate issued, a completion certificate, right? That comes with it. And the training is enough. If you remember, if you started this session with me, I said at the beginning that we want to put you at the end of the training, whether at the end of that 3 months, we want to put you in a position whereby you'll be able to compete with those who has been doing it for 2, 3, 4, 5 years in the market. It is possible. It has happened to the person talking to you at the moment. I've gone through the same process. Even to the extent that I was proud, someone who finished a training 2 weeks ago, I was going through first interview, second round of interview, third round of interview, and the minimum being 1 hour interview. That is the kind of thing that the training will prepare you for. So yes, the training is enough for you to land the role. Yes, I'm going to send the recording probably before the end of today, and the money that it's showing on your screen right now is before the discount. Actually, the discount has not been applied to that. My experience was terrible. After payment, there was really no onboarding process. People, Genesis made mention of something as well. If you are looking for a provider, a training provider, if you go on Google, you see so many people offering courses, right? Different type of courses. And this, especially this one that you made mention, Amon, is one of the biggest. People go to them because they think they have 20,000 followers and all that. But I don't believe in all that. I believe in quality. I don't believe in quantity. And the process that we are using has been working for us for the last 2 years. As I said, your sources is our sources. So if I'm just here to collect money from you and not giving you the enough support that is needed, then you are not going to refer me to anyone. And referral is one of the greatest means of advertisement, right? I believe in that more than doing all these paid adverts, because when someone refers something to you, then that person must have gone through the same process or know someone who has gone through the same process. So we all had one bad experience or the other, but it's not all the same. There are still some providers out there who gives you the service, who render the quality service and hold you hand by hand till you get that role. What happens if I discover midway that this is not what I want? And that is why it is important. People come to me to suggest to them, because we offer different roles, IT roles, that, oh, out of these all the courses, which one can I recommend to them? I tell them I cannot recommend to you because I don't know where your interest lies. You need to go for the course based on your strength, based on your interest as well. That course needs to interest you one way or the other. If not, midway you give up and you think the process is not working, or I can't do it. But if the interest is there, the determination is there, no matter what they throw to you along the way, you take it and you can still march on. So it is important for you to research, is this something I really want to do? Is business analyst really for me? Is project management really for me? Or am I the technical part that loves coding, or should I go for software automation? That decision lies with you. So if you've made all the research and you are so certain that, yes, this is for me, come rain, come shine, I'll go for it. Then you won't have the question of when you get to the middle of the road, you want to turn back. No. So you need to be sure that whatever you want to do, the journey you want to embark on, it's really for you. The money might be good, the money might be attractive, but is it something you really want to do? The training begins on the 9th of July. It's on Saturdays, I think from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Any other question? Bams, I don't know whether you are still raising your hand or probably you actually forgot to put it down. Bams, are you still raising up your hand? Or how can you spread the payment? Okay, to start the process, half payment is required and the other half can be paid instrumentally on or before the end of the course. Yes, it is 270. Yes, part payment is half of the full amount. Any other questions? Any other question, concern, query, addition, subtraction, anything at all you want to know or you want to ask before we say goodbye and have a blessed day? And you can as well unmute and talk if you want to unmute instead of typing. Yes, it can be extended to Monday. Yes, since it's weekend, yes, it can be extended to end of day, 12 midnight on Monday. Yes, because today is Saturday actually. Chat me up, Chioma, privately, and we can talk more on that. Any other final words from anyone? Any question at all from anyone?
Hello?
Yes, Ademola, go for it.
Yeah, I want to know if the duration for software automation is same with business analysis and
Yes,
the price too.
for software automation, the duration is the same, but the price is a bit higher than the business analyst or project management. The reason for that is that involves some technicalities in it, and that involves so much time on it as well. So the training and the project. So for the software automation, there's a separate fee for the project.
The
And
training is how much?
For which one? For the software automation?
Yes.
The training for software automation is 600 pounds, and the project is for another 8 weeks, which is 300 pounds.
Wow. So that's about 900 pounds.
Yes, and
Wow.
it is worth. Until you start, the money might be, when you start, you know that the payment or the cost, it's nowhere near what you're going to get. It's nowhere near the time, the effort, the commitment, the support that you get
Okay.
for that particular course.
Is it manual software automation?
It's automation. I'm the one facilitating that actually. It's
Okay.
automation, but because my students come from different background, I always start from manual testing, from the basic, then we'll build it up
Okay.
with the automation. But the concentration is on automation. But I still start with manual testing.
Okay.
Okay. Please.
Then
Okay.
I also want to ask about if one gets a job, do you issue reference?
That we can discuss or chat me up privately regarding that. But one thing is, everything is possible.
Yeah, sure. I'm just being curious about when one finishes with the training and you get a job. So when they request for reference, how do we go about that?
Yeah, because your CV needs to tell a story actually, and that is why I said yes. If you chat me up privately, we can talk more about that because it's not only about me giving you a reference, right? It's about your CV. It's about your CV telling a story. So you can put me, I can give you a reference and put on your CV, but is your CV actually telling a story?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I understand you.
so that's what I'm talking about. That for that we can talk. You can chat me up and we can talk better on that.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
For someone who has been a manual software tester and wants to learn automation, how much is it for them?
It all depends. If it's only the training, see, the training, don't get me wrong, the training is 95% practical as well. Even I think I only started doing the project probably like going to 2 years now. But before then, I only do trainings and people are still getting job. But due to popular demands, like, I really want to know how things work in an agile environment, or the sprint, or the agile rituals, the daily stand-up, the sprint planning, how you work in sprint, and all of that. You might not need it because probably you're already working in an agile environment. Probably only the training will be sufficient for you. If it's only the training, it's 600. Oh, point of correction. Hope after this payment, we will not be asked to pay another money again. Hope this covers everything: training, project, LinkedIn, optimization, CV references, etc. Let me now make this clear to you because when I was talking at the session earlier on, when it comes to training, project, so the money covers your training, the project, the support, the mentorship, the CV review, and the references. We can talk on that. But the money, if you are looking for a total revamp of your CV, if you're looking for a total revamp of your LinkedIn, we don't do that. But I said, you can listen to the recording. I said earlier on, we partner with a company which we know they've helped thousands of people with that. But that will come at a at its own different price, which I don't think is much at all with what they will do for you. But that is if you are going for a total revamp of your CV. That, you know what, I'm just looking for someone to create my CV for me. I'm just looking for someone to create my LinkedIn profile for me. We don't do that. But we can refer you to the person or to the company that can help you with that at their own separate fee, which is not much. But talking about CV review, interview prep, the practicals, the training, the mentorship, that is what the money covers. So don't think probably I'll now ask for, you need to now pay for LinkedIn optimization. We don't do LinkedIn optimization. We don't do CV revamp. But we have a company we partner with. If you want to, you can take up their service. It is not a must.
Hello?
Hello, yeah.
Hello, Mr. King. Sorry, this is Kenny.
Hello, Kenny.
Yeah. So I just like to ask about when you say something about CV and LinkedIn. Can you be specific on that? How much will it cost? So that's there'll be a clarification on that.
All right. No,
Or
I don't want to give.
maybe you can give us a range, like say for instance.
Yeah, I don't want to. I think if you're going for probably a total revamp, probably that is CV and LinkedIn or something like that. Probably it's I think it ranges from I think £70 to £150, I think.
Okay, that's
and in Naira, I'm not too sure, but it's an information I can put on the group chat. I just don't want to give
okay, thank you.
out of the blues answer.
Sorry, just like can I add like one or two things?
Yeah. Sorry, I even forgot to call you. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dean Kenny. I did training with Akin, and before I did training with Akin, I've done training before with some guys. But what Akin gave me was the platform here is very direct. It will give you exactly what you needed to land your job. I remember the reason why I wanted to do one of the things because when I finished training with Akin, I just started applying straight away. Because some people finish the training and they don't apply, even up to now. They're scared to go for interview. But you never can tell when you apply for interview and you got interview. They might not even ask you any serious questions. Like during my interview, I applied for automation engineer role. And they didn't even ask me anything about automation. I didn't even write any line of code at all. And I got the job. And prior to that, like I did the training in 2017 before, but I wasn't getting anything. But when I met Akin, gave me a good support, and I got 3 offers within that time. So please, I just want to add on to like if you finish the training, don't stop, just apply, go for an interview. Regardless of anything you come up with, interview, just don't give up, please. Just keep on applying. And eventually you get it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kenny. Thanks for that. That's one of the students who has passed through the process as well. So I don't want it to be as if there is a hidden fee that I'm not telling you. I made mention of it earlier on as well. CV review, support, training, practicals, mentorship, those are what comes referencing, which can be talked on as well. Those are what comes with the payment. But if you're looking for a total, you just want a brand new everything, brand new LinkedIn, brand new CV, we don't do that. But we can refer you to people, to companies that will help you. And after their job, you will stand out. Any other question? Any other addition, subtraction from anyone? Before we go and eat the weekend chicken. Any final words? If not, I'm going to end this now. All right, I think that's all the questions. Oh, do you have email to send us? I don't understand question. Are you referring to my own email? If you're referring to my own email, I'll info@learnwithpride. Info@learnwithpride.co.uk. Yeah, that's the email, or you can just WhatsApp me. You can just send me a message on WhatsApp, whichever one is easier. But either one will be attended to. Yeah, I will send the recordings before the end of today by God's grace. Would it be possible to get the recording of this session? Yeah, I will send the recording before the end of today. No problem. I mean, do you have our emails to send us the recordings? No. I'm going to send the recordings on the WhatsApp chat, on the group chat. That's where I will send the recordings. So the recording will be sent on the WhatsApp group, on the group chat. I am not on WhatsApp group. Oh, if you are not on the WhatsApp group, then send me, you see the email I just sent out now. Send me an email that you attended the session and you need the recording. All right, so the email that I just sent out, the info@learnwithpride.co.uk, send me an email that you attended the session and you want the recording. Then is either I send you the WhatsApp group or I send the recording to you, either of the two. So send an email to me, please. Oh, okay. I'll resend the email again. The email is info@learnwithpride.co.uk. That's the email. For software automation in Naira, for the training is 300. For the project is 150. All right. Any other questions, please? If not, feel free to send me an email or send me a message on WhatsApp. I'll surely respond to everyone. Thanks everyone for your time and hope to see you on the other side. I'll be sending the recording before the end of today as well. So thank you for attending and do have a great day, everyone. Thanks.